அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி You are filled with Jyoti, the light of God, and it is a light of compassion and intelligence. You are filled with the light of Arun, the light of grace, the light of God. It is an intelligent light. It's a light filled with compassion. Listen to his chant. We become both compassionate and infinitely intelligent. Arutperum Jyoti Arutperum Jyoti Thanipperum Karunai Arutperum Jyoti Arutperum Jyoti Arutperum Jyoti Thanipperum Karunai Arutperum Jyoti
அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி
is the mantra revealed by Shiva. Listen to the song, develop compassion and enlightenment. அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி You are filled with Jyoti, the light of God, and it is a light of compassion and intelligence. You are filled with the light of Arun, the light of grace, the light of God. It is an intelligent light. It's a light filled with compassion. Listen to his chant. You become both compassionate and infinitely intelligent. அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி தனிப்பெரும் கருணை அருட்பெரும் ஜோதி
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our fabulous adventure here at Pillai Center Practice YouTube. My name is SUCHARITA. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome on day 5 of 15 days to honor the ancestors, to call on the ancestors for blessings to relieve the earth plane of suffering. And that includes us and everyone in our lineage. So it is Sunday, September 6th, 2020. Again, wishing you all a warm welcome. And what we're going to do here today, as we have been in the previous days, is we have been offering TARPANAM to our ancestors. So it's a very quick practice. It's a spiritual technology or technique that Dr. Pillai has shared with us, and the Tamil Siddhas, the lineage that he hails from, has said, look at people in the 21st century, they need to do things very quickly. Not everyone is going to be honoring the ancestors in a way that they have been raised in their custom or their religion or their belief system, because everyone is mixing it up these days. We've got cross-cultural marriages, cross customs, and all the rest. So it's a mixed bag. It doesn't mean that we won't respect the traditions. We definitely will. And even if you do this spiritual technique during this Mahalaya, during the great time of the ancestors. So Maha means great, and Laya comes from the time period where the ancestors are coming into the earth plane in droves. So the cosmic event that is happening right now in the cosmos is the gates have opened up, and the gates of the ancestral realms have opened up for those ancestors who are really struggling and really suffering for whatever reason they are, in whatever lineage it is, whether it's your mother's side of the family, your father's side of the family. There could be curses, there could be messed up lives that they lived, and then they pass that on through the generations. And here we are with you and your family, and you can see it, how the pattern is presenting. So perhaps there are addictions, perhaps there is alcohol, drug abuse, there is physical, mental, emotional abuse. There can be problems with the children. There can be problems with the spouses, problems with the finances. Health can be a problem. We can inherit diseases, even if we live a fabulous lifestyle. How many people do we know in our lives who lived great lifestyles, including ourselves, and we can be hit by diabetes, or we can be hit by heart disease, or high cholesterol, or high blood pressure, cancers of all kinds. So those long, silent, drawn out diseases can all of a sudden manifest because the ancestors are not appeased. So we can pray all we want, we can meditate, we can chant, but unless we free our ancestors of their suffering. So remember, ancestors are from the other side. They are not in this physical realm anymore. So they're those who are deceased, they're passed away, they're no more, they're dead. So if you are thinking that, oh, well, my grandmother is part of my lineage and she's still alive, but because she's my grandmother, she's my ancestor, it doesn't work like that. The ancestors are dead. So we want to, and it's not just the grandparents, it's not just parents who have passed away. It can be children, it can be cousins, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, and their spouses. So whoever is in your gene pool, whoever is in your lineage, that and there are descendants here, they are alive, then they can be related to the ancestors who have passed away. Biologically, they can be related, or perhaps you were adopted, or maybe you weren't adopted legally, but then you lived with different families. So you have been estranged, or you never knew your ancestors. You never knew your parents. You never knew your brothers and your sisters. And maybe they're alive, maybe they're not alive. So how will you know whether they're your ancestors or not? Well, you will know by feeding them. So we're going to do a little bit of a practice, a ritual, to make us to feel enriched And to help us to commune, this technique is the key that unlocks the secret door to you and your ancestors. So you can open it up and there they are. They're coming into the earth plane. But how do we connect with them inside? Because they share our DNA. We want to link up with the DNA that they share in the spiritual realm. And then whatever is no longer serving us in the 21st century, as in right now, we can ask them to take it away, diffuse it. It doesn't pertain to our life. And then with that offering that we give them, then they have what they need to move on. Just like we need money, we need food, we need clothing, shelter, we need medicine when we need it. We need people around us to support us. We need love. We need to be on a spiritual path, to be connected to God all the time, and to find out about this ancestors and how important they are for us. So not only do we have the biological ancestors or adopted ancestors, whether it's legally or through your life, it can also be ancestors who are exalted. And what is that? Exalted ancestors are those who have been saints and sages and siddhas and gods and goddesses. It could be Jesus, if that's your lineage that you come from spiritually. Could be Allah, Buddha, can be any exalted spiritual being who wants to come and help us, but we have to give them the key to unlock the door so that we can say, hey, come on in. Or they can unlock, we can unlock their door and say, where's the party? Let's do it. So that's what it is. You will feel uplifted when you do this on a regular basis. And right before that offering, we are going to watch Dr. Pillai on about a 2-minute or 3-minute video clip that is very, very important for us to understand that not only are doing it yourself, daily practice at home, where we're offering this TARPANAM, the food for the ancestors during sunlight hours or daylight hours. So after the sun rises and before the sun sets, wherever you are in the world, daylight hours, that's when we will do the TARPANAM. So Dr. Pillai says that's all good, you know, do it so you can start to experience how important it is, because you will feel it, you will know it. And then when you know, oh my goodness, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of ancestors who really need my help, this could take forever. So you're cleaning it up on a daily basis, but it may not be enough. So Dr. Pillai talks about how it's so important for the Vedic specialists to do it on our behalf, especially during Mahalaya. And then we'll come back after our TARPANAM offering and our prayers. We'll go into a little bit of a meditation so you can see your ancestors, you can feel them, you can talk to them, you can get a message from them, you can have a release. We've been hearing from you. Thank you for sharing, everyone who has been joining, about how they felt you know, so relieved, the pain, the suffering that they had been carrying, they didn't even know. And it had come up to the surface and they cried and they let go. And so it's what we cannot see. It's in our blind spot. So that's where the secrets get revealed, is that you don't even know what you're holding on to. And then thereafter, we'll come back, we'll share more about it, how you can participate ongoing, and also what you can look for in your life, because we don't want to just do these techniques and not see the results in our life. So let's get into it, and then we'll come back and share our experiences with one another through the offering. If you have the ingredients, fabulous. If you don't, then you can just go along. If you're in a time zone or in a place anywhere in the world where it's dark, so it's either before sunrise or it's after sunset. So if that's the case for you, you can just watch. And not just watch for entertainment's sake, but you can really do the prayers and as if you are offering. So I'm here in Toronto, Canada, Eastern Daylight Savings Time, and it is daylight hours. So we're doing it here. The vortex is open up and the energy is available for you to connect with your ancestors. But doing the ritual, you want to leave that to us who are in places where collectively it's daylight hours. All right, enough of that. Let's get into it. So today's focus is going to be on overall prosperity. It's the 5th moon of 15 moons of Mahalaya. So the first moon was about wealth creation, and then the second moon was about continuation of the lineage. The third moon, we got our energy into, or that consciousness, we tapped into that consciousness of the ancestors who were very successful in business or in their job that they did. And so we wanted to get those kinds of blessings to have business prosperity or career prosperity, job prosperity. And then the 4th moon yesterday was all about intelligence. And we had a glitch in the matrix. Our intel from our computer, our technology was trying to mess us up. And we had to jump over into a new platform, which that's the ancestors. Some of them are tripping us up, but then the exalted ones are saying, no, 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 you're not going to stop this. And so they came in and pumped those ideas into our head, and our whole team from Pillai Center, thank you everyone who jumped in and helped us to transfer over. If you didn't get to transfer over, if you jumped off because you had to go off and do other things, then you're welcome to watch the recording, because each moon day has a certain energy and you will feel the difference. So again, today the energy is going to be all about praying for overall prosperity, and whatever that means to you. We just want to imagine a day in the life of you and your family and your friends and your work colleagues and your neighbors and anyone you're interacting with, a day in the life of you. What would that look like as if it was heaven on earth? That's overall prosperity. Everyone's healthy, everyone's happy, everyone's full of joy. And it's not a utopian world. For sure, karmas are going to be there. Challenges are going to be there, but people are going to be there. Hey, how can I help you? So just as you're turning and you think, oh, I don't have the help, someone might come in and support you. And it won't necessarily be from your lineage that you know of, but it can be the exalted ancestors in the forms of gods or angels or saints or siddhas or divine beings or Jesus or Allah or Buddha or whoever it is that you relate to, because that's going to be your natural go-to. So trust in that. This is spiritual technology that Dr. Pillai is sharing with us. He's empowered us to do this. We don't have to go to Vedic school. We don't have to be born into the tradition. We don't even have to know too much about the tradition. This is a technique that you can use. It unlocks, it's like a key that unlocks the door to you and your ancestors. That's all you need to know. And then we'll do it and ask for prayers to bring in overall prosperity. What would it look like if you lived heaven on earth? Yay! And what will it look like? All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to share a screen here. You're going to hear Dr. Pillai's message, and we'll come back after.
I have been involved in modernizing all these ancient practices, rituals, and ceremonies to suit our own needs and constraints that we have living in the 21st century. The way it works is we use substances like the tulsi plant, tulsi leaves. And tulsi leaf, if you go and do research on tulsi, and she was a woman that before she became a plant with great emotions. And emotions connect you to gods. Emotions are very important because that belongs to the soul rather than the intellect. And then we use black sesame seeds. They all have atomic power. And then we use darba grass, which is another plant, a grass, and that through which you can connect with the divine beings and the disembodied beings. So all these, and rice, grain. So what I told people, just grind them all up and then use them and put it in your bathroom, and they do daily tarpanam. Well, that will work, definitely. There's no doubt about it. But then it has to be done properly with priests who know how to do it. And that you can do it, you're all over the world. So this is an occasion where we have organized that at least once a year, we gather as many priests as possible who are well trained and in a different state than my state, because they are the specialists, and they will do it properly, and they can see these people also. They have the ability to do that. And not many people, 99% of the people are unable to see who is coming and who is getting out, who is nasty and who is nice, all these things. And they won't be able to know what's really happening. So they will be able to satisfy them by feeding them. And as a result of being taken care of, I'm taking care of on behalf of, say, John or Linda or someone. And that's what the priest will do. They will represent you to the ancestors. That is what is happening in this ritual. And then, they will decorate it, and then they will invite, and then they feed, and all these things I have not introduced because it's very difficult to do. Okay, I thought to at least do the minimum, like just put all these things ground up and then offer.
So that's the message from Dr. Pillai, and we'll continue on with that conversation once we come back from our TARPANAM offering. So welcome to those of you who are joining now. We are going to be getting into the technique. And this is, again, what the ancestors love. you're not going to be seeing me in the video screen, but you will be seeing an altar, which I'll momentarily shift over to. And then if you have the ingredients, or at least the sesame seeds, whether it's black or beige or white, that's fine. And a little bit of water, a coin, and a bowl. So you can go along with us. If you don't have any of those ingredients or the setup, that's fine too. I'm going to talk you through each step, and it's not only going to be a demonstration, we want to feel it. So it's very important, as Dr. Pillai shared about the Tulsi. Tulsi seeds or leaves were once a goddess, a divine being, and she was very, very emotional. And that's what we need. We need to have those emotions that we are connecting to the divine, and something is coming in beyond our intellect. So you want to feel this. Maybe you'll feel it in your heart. Maybe you'll feel it in your belly. Maybe you'll feel it somewhere. Maybe in your throat, because that's where the karma is. You get stuck in the throat, so you can't get to the third eye, where you can manifest really easily. So I'm going to move this camera over now, and then you will see Dr. Pillai there blessing you momentarily. And here is the setup for the altar. Now, this is a bit elaborate here, just for demonstration purposes. However, at your home, as Dr. Pillai said, you can do this right in your shower. After you have a shower, you can offer the TARPANAM. We'll talk about that as well. For now, we're going to close our eyes, put your attention internally, and we're going to ask for the blessings of Lord Ganesha, who is an elephant-headed being. He has a pot belly and he rides a mouse. And his energy is at the base of our spine. So focus on the bottom of your spine, around your tailbone. Imagine a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs, even into your feet. So the energy that is no longer serving you gets pushed out through the soles of your feet. And then you bring fresh energy up from the earth, and it comes up the legs and back into the pelvic region, into the tailbone region. So this is happening in the subtle or energy bodies. Whatever has not served you, imagine it going into the deep core of the earth, which is molten fire. So it will just purify it. Anything that is no longer serving you. We'll call on Ganesha. Reddish orangish light. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine a ray of light shooting up your backbone, piercing the chakras, the psycho-spiritual centers, those emotional centers that are stacked up on top of one another in our backbone. This light pierces all those centers, goes up through the brain, up through the skull, through the top of the skull, and this light shoots up into the space. Imagine it like an SOS, sending out a message, a text message to the divine, to connect you with your ancestors who are going to send you blessings. Imagine 2 beams of light entering your eyes, 2 beams of light entering your ears, 2 beams of light shooting up your nostrils, a beam of light entering the tip of the tongue, lighting it up. The middle of the tongue lights up. The back of the tongue lights up, even the throat. Swallow the light. And finally, a beam of light enters the top of your skull from the space above. It pierces the top of your skull and penetrates your brain, lights up all the neurons in your brain. They're all firing. Dr. Pillai appears before you in a form you're familiar with, or a light. A spiritual transmission radiates from him, pierces the pores of your skin from head to toe. Receive, absorb the spiritual transmission. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now set your intention, make your prayer that you connect with your ancestors who will bless you with overall prosperity. Slowly, slowly come back to yourselves. Open your eyes and you can be gazing into the video screen. I'm going to be using my right hand, and you can as well when you're ready, or if you're ready. And just wash off a little bit into the bowl with the water. Now we'll begin the TARPANAM. Black sesame seeds, small amount. White rice powder, small amount. White rice grains, if you have it, a little sprinkle. And then if you have your coin handy, can put it there. If you don't, that's fine. You can put a piece of darba grass, which is what we'll talk about later on to honor the ancestors. And you can put some tulsi. These are seeds and leaves ground up, if you have that as well. And finally, a little bit of some flower petals. And this is your tarpanam offering. Very small amount. Hold it over. It's in your right hand over the bowl or sink or river or ocean side, wherever you are. You can take some water and pour it on, sprinkle a few drops onto the mixture, and then close your eyes. Begin to connect with your heart, connect with your throat, connect with your third eye, or any other areas of your body you want to connect with the ancestors. Please, 6 generations on my mother's side of the family, the maternal side of the family, please come and take this offering. Please forgive me. I forgive you for any wrongdoings that you have passed on through the generations, and I've inherited it, as well as my family members or the descendants here. Please, please, please take this offering. Go to realms where you can be at peace. You can be with exalted ancestors who will guide you into higher states of freedom, joy, happiness, heavenly realms. This is my heartfelt, soul-felt prayer to you, and this is all I know to do, to honor you. And please bless me and everyone here in our lineage on the earth plane with peace, prosperity, overall prosperity in all areas of life, so that we can live as you will be living, heaven on earth. In your realms, you will be living in heavenly realms. God bless. And then you can take some of the water and just rinse it away and imagine all the sins, the mistakes being washed away, the disease, the debts, the bickering and fighting, the problems, the divorces, the problems with children, the problems with health, the problems with everyone that you know who is suffering. All problems are washed away. Then you can take the coin out and you can begin again. Right hand, black sesame seeds. Oh. Some white rice powder. White rice grains. Or brown rice, that's fine too. You can then take your coin, place it on top. Take some darba grass if you have it. Take some tulsi seeds or leaves ground up if you have it, or fresh leaves even. And some flower petals. This is the offering for the paternal side of the family, father's side of the family. Place it over the bowl. Pour some water on it, a few sprinkles. Close your eyes. Connect with your heart, connect with your throat, connect with your third eye, your brain, your whole body, mind and soul. I offer this to 6 generations on my father's side of the family, the paternal side of the family. Please be at peace. Go to heavenly realms. Take this offering and use it for whatever you need in those realms to evolve into higher states of being, connect with those exalted ancestors that we hail from that lineage as well. On the father's side of the family, please relieve us of all the suffering, diseases, debts, litigation, problems with family members, children, spouses, significant others. Please relieve us, relieve us, relieve us. As you evolve into peaceful realms, share that peace with us. Cleanse our DNA that we share with you. Bless us, bless us, bless us. And then you can open your eyes, pour the water onto the mixture. Imagine all the sins, all the mistakes, all the problems you inherited from your father's side, the paternal side of the family, whether that's biological or through adoption or whoever you consider to be your family of ancestors. Take the coin out. Feel what you feel. Pay attention to it. Go deeper into it. Imagine whatever is no longer serving you to be released. And then absorb all the blessings, the joy, the happiness, the relief, the abundance, the prosperity consciousness. And now we will complete this offering and we will pray for all ancestors of the whole world, because we're all representing the whole world. So collectively we can do that. Right hand, take some black sesame seeds or white or beige, some grains of rice, some white rice powder if you have it, either or. Take your coin, place it on top. Darba grass, couple of pieces. The tulsi seeds, leaves ground up, or fresh tulsi is fine. Some flower petals. Your offer of tarpanam to all ancestors of all times of the world. Hold it over the bowl. Take some water, pour a small amount on the offering. Close your eyes. Focus on your heart center, on your throat, on your third eye, on your body, your mind, your soul. Align with the realm of the ancestors so that all ancestors, especially exalted ones, can come and accept this offering, this simple, humble offering that has tremendous atomic energy and power and can bless the whole world. So ask for forgiveness, forgive the ancestors, commune, release, and then open your eyes, pour the rest of the water. Imagine all the sins of the world being washed away, the hatred, the wars, the rioting, the debts, the disease, any suffering can be washed away. With your humble attempt, our humble attempt. Through Dr. Pillai's grace and blessings, the Tamil Siddha tradition that he hails from, so let it be done. Close your eyes. Put your attention internally. Focus your attention on your heart center. Imagine inside of your heart, all your heart's desires are being fulfilled. You're living a life of joy and happiness. Everyone around you is healthy and well. Even if they have been afflicted, all of a sudden, it's a miracle healing. Everyone has what they need. It is heaven on earth in your heart. Allow the exalted ancestors to show you that your heart's desires can be fulfilled here in the now. And then move your attentional energy up into your third eye. Imagine a beautiful goddess, Shrimbrzi, who represents prosperity consciousness. She's golden, translucent, bright, bright gold light, pink and purple, dazzling, silver, sparkling light, moving in and around. She's sitting on a lotus. And next to her is her consort, Lord Vishnu, who is a beautiful blue being, gold light, dazzling. They're both happy. In your third eye, you just imagine it happening. Even if you don't see, you imagine that feeling of these enlightened beings, these divine beings who once walked the earth plane as our ancestors. Pray for prosperity. Pray for overall prosperity in all aspects of your life. Om Shrim Brzi, the goddess, Shrimbrzi. Om Shrim Brzi. 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 Imagine your third eye opening up like a satellite dish, bringing in more and more prosperity consciousness. Om Shrim Brzi. Om Shrim Brzi. Om Shrim Brzi. Now for a few times, say the sounds Shrim Brzi, so you hear your own voice vibrating inside of your brain, inside of your third eye. Om Shrim Brzi. Om Shrim Brzi. Om Shrim Brzi. And just let go. Focus your attention on Shrim Brzi's consort, the beautiful blue being, radiating, blessing you with prosperity consciousness. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Feel a connection with this beautiful being, Lord Vishnu. And the sounds, you can say them out loud if you'd like, or internally, silently. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Now, bring your hands in prayer pose, palms together. Or you can open your palms up to the ceiling or up to the space, up to the heavens. And imagine your ancestors coming in through the palms of your hands and bringing the energy from inside of you to fulfill all your desires. As Dr. Pillai shares, Mahalaya, the time of the ancestors, it may be metaphysical, esoteric, but Dr. Pillai says, I guarantee you, if you do this, the right thing during this time period, you will be able to change almost all areas of your life, including your finances, your relationships, your health, your enlightenment. Feel the blessings of your ancestors, giving you overall prosperity for you and your family, your loved ones, everyone around you, the whole world. And say your prayer however you'd like, whatever you'd like. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world, peace to the ancestors in all realms. Peace, peace, peace. And just relax, let go. Slowly, slowly open your eyes, come back to yourself and take notice of what has gone on in this practice today, where you have given your heart and soul and body and mind and speech and everything to the ancestors. And then unlocking the secrets is what Dr. Pillai will do to connect your soul with their souls. The DNA can change. You can have overall prosperity. So God bless you all. Those of you who need to go, thanks for joining. And you can listen to the rest of this recording that will be available as soon as we wrap up, which will be in a few minutes from now. So have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you again tomorrow. And then those of you who are going to stay, I'm just going to go and check on the chat here to see what's been going on. And some people are sharing their gratitude, their message of gratitude, which is fabulous. So take notice of what has happened inside of you. That's the main thing, is that we want to, or the most important thing is that we want to feel that connection, and whatever thoughts we had around our ancestors or whatever we inherited from them, perhaps it's less charged if it has been a negative experience and we feel like, my goodness, who signed up for this? So you may feel some relief from that. And then also you may feel as if there's a shift that has happened in your consciousness, which is really important, because not all of us can go from our head into our heart and really forgive and really let go and allow all whatever has happened in the past to be dissolved away into the cosmic energy, the space, and whatever has been diffused, it gets recycled, and that energy comes back to us, only it's all prosperity consciousness. So we must let go. We must make space inside of ourselves so that as that negative congested energy is being released, whatever we've inherited that we don't want anymore, it no longer serves us. It's just so debilitating on way too many different levels. So that energy goes out into the ether, and then it gets transmuted through this technology, through your prayers, through your intention. And then it comes back all purified, and then it fills the void. But what is it filling that void or that space within you that's just been cleared? Is the blessings from your exalted ancestors, because you did something good. This is fabulous what you did. You may not even know to the extent that you did it, but you just participated in unlocking the door for those realms of ancestors who were locked away. They were hanging upside down. They were suffering. They were in hellish realms. So you did the world good for your ancestors, and the world good for all ancestors. And so God bless you. And hopefully you will experience that relief, and then also prosperity consciousness. Something came in that makes you to feel like, yes, everything is going to be well. We're going in a good direction. So Foodie is saying here, like usual, I just visualized the actions, materials, and still felt tingling and emotional, especially with Vishnu and Lakshmi. I feel relaxed now. Yeah, and it is kind of exciting. We're in no man's land. We don't even know what it is that we're doing most of the time, because it is beyond the mind. It's beyond the body. It's a spiritual connection. It's non-physical. So we can't really see. So we just have to put our full faith and trust in the technology. Not so much the tradition that it comes from, because across the cultures, across the traditions, they all have their way of honoring the dearly departed souls of our ancestors. So, and that's wonderful. And maybe it might inspire some of us to go and explore those traditions in a deeper and more meaningful way. Otherwise, it may just be great. I have a really super fast tool I can use that can honor my ancestors on a daily basis, and I'm out the door and I'm looking for blessings in my life. That's what Dr. Pillai wants us to be doing. So, Sue was saying here, my internet is down. I panicked. Then I remembered I have a hotspot on my phone and I can access this on my phone. All right, Om Gum, that's all I can say. Absolutely, Sue. And that's what happens. Our ancestors will tell us. How will they tell us things? How will they talk to us? How will we know? Well, we'll have a breakdown, the ancestors who are struggling, and then we'll have a breakthrough, our efforts, and then we'll have some other thing happens, and we open up the cosmos to those exalted ancestors who are in these states of consciousness that miracles can happen. And it can happen instantaneously, because that's what a miracle is. It's not somewhere down the road. It is, you've unlocked the secrets, you got the key, you did the unlocking of the door, and then the ancestors who were struggling, they're coming in and they're just like all trying to get into the door, but it accidentally shuts it. And so then the exalted ones go, whoa, let's open that baby up again. So that's hopefully that little imagery can give you that sense of knowing that whatever we're doing, we have the key. We have the key. So just keep putting it in the door, unlocking it, and open the door, and use all your might and your strength and your positivity and your trust in these exalted ancestors who will do it for you in a very miraculous way, in a very powerful way. So Matthew is saying here, I needed some help right now. A brighter, more radiant light now shines out to all of us from Costa Rica. Hey, great. So I'm not sure why this, there we go. So I'm not sure why gallery view is up, but that's okay. So my alarm is going off. It's about 10 to the hour, and I just wanted to share with all of you, most of the questions have been answered in previous recordings, and we are you can watch those recordings. So we're going to jump off this call right now because it seems like we're having a technical issue. So I will leave, and then you can watch the recordings from day 1 to 4. And then if you have any questions, you can bring them back to us tomorrow. So thanks everyone for joining. Have an amazing rest of your day or evening or wherever you are in the world. Make sure that you do your TARPANAM during daylight hours, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless. Namaste.